Hi students. So today's topic under module 3 or unit 3 is business process reengineering, BPR. So it is one of the most important implementations of competitive strategies today is business process reengineering. So we'll try to know what is the definition for business process reengineering. A BPR is a fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business processes to achieve dramatic improvements in cost, quality, speed, and service. So, fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business processes. How to analyze this definition? Very simple. A business is running, they are following the processes. So fundamental rethink from basic, try to understand the process and try to change it in order to enhance the performance, so that reducing the cost, improvement in quality, improvement in speed, and reach services. So this is the whole concept of business process re-engineering. According to Thomas H. Davenport, one particular scientist has explained this, BPR encompasses the envisioning of new work strategies, the actual process design activity, and the implementation of the change in all its complex technological, human, and organizational dimensions. In all the dimensions, changing the whole process in order to get success, in order to enhance, in order to implement the changes, so improve from the present stage to the next level. So that is the concept of BPR, business process re-engineering. What is the difference between BPR, that is business process re-engineering, and a normal business improvement? We'll try to discuss on the points based on some criteria. We'll try to differentiate what is this difference between a normal business improvement and re-engineering. The definition says incrementally improving existing process. So you will not try to analyze the loopholes and all, you will just try to improve the existing process. Here, radically redesigning the business process. You will try to redesign from the scratch. Wherever the loopholes are there, you will try to correct and you will try to implement the complete change. What is the target? It is any process, a strategic business process. Here you will select any one process and you will try to implement. Whereas in re-engineering, the complete business processes. Primary enablers, information technology and work simplification. Here, organizational redesign. Then potential payback. What is the potential payback? 10 to 50% improvements, tenfold improvements. Here, out of 100%, only 50%. Here, tenfold means if it is 50%, it will try to enhance 10 times. What are the changes? Some jobs will become more efficient, only few jobs. Here, big job cuts, new jobs, and major job design. They'll try to eliminate the unwanted. You'll try to eliminate the underutilized resources, unwanted activities and all. The process related to that you will try to remove. So, and new jobs addition, in any, if you have to add any values and all, you will try to add more values. Then major job redesign, the way of doing a job, the way of thinking, way of carrying the activities, everything will keep on changing. Then risk of failure and level of disruption. Here it is low because you will be following almost the same process, only few enhancement you will make, so the risk will be less only. But here, if the whole process is not done effectively, then risk of failure will be very high. You have to be very careful. So it is not a simple process. The name might be business process re-engineering, the name might be very simple, but the complete process is very tedious, very complex. So a normal organization with basic activities cannot perform it. It needs time, it needs a lot of dedication, lot of concentration, lot of hard work, smart work. It requires each and every aspect. So then what is the need for BPR? 1. To enhance the business efficiency. Efficiency will increase as workers become more effective, more proficient in their task. So there are no learning curve. So initially their knowledge will be medium, but once they keep on practicing it, the knowledge gradually increases. The same way, redesigning their work, their activities, understanding their weaknesses, and then making some program so that they can practice in that one. All these things will tend to help the business efficiency. Then second one is improved techniques. During the regular course of production or normal activities, new improvement may be discovered for existing techniques. Any updation, elimination of unwanted steps and all outdated, and bringing newest process procedures, that is improving techniques. Then new requirements. The existing business process may need to be reworked to comply with the new requirements. It might be because of new government regulation, market standards, or it might be because of customers. If customers are expecting something change, then you have to bring it that one. So that is new requirements. These are the some of the need for business process reengineering. Then next topic will be characteristics of BPR. So several jobs are combined to one. So there are many jobs, activities will be there. They'll act as a one integrated process so that the coordination will be very simple, activeness will be there, effectiveness will be there. Then second characteristics is empowering employees. Empowering, like employees only will make decisions when and where they'll become the part of the job, so that when they become part of the job, then decision making will be easy and their skills also will enhance. The process will have multiple versions. This enables the economies of scale that result from mass production. It allows customization of products and services. Then work is shifted. The work is performed where it makes most sense. It might be at customer's place, or it might be at supplier site, or it might be any neutral place, or crossing the organization or sometimes international boundaries also. Then it will help to gain that geographical advantages. Then next one is monitoring will be minimized. So why monitoring will be minimized? The regular control and checks, all this, like because you already eliminated unwanted activities and all, so the controlling will be minimized. Yeah, hybrid centralized or decentralized operations are used. Hybrid means combination of many, because each one system will have few advantages and disadvantages, similarly other systems, so trying to combine the advantages of many systems, so that will work as an hybrid. And last one, a single point contact is provided. A single point contact means it might be for customers or it might be for suppliers, so that they don't need to wait, and at one particular point every activities will be performed. The next topic is objectives. What are the objectives of BPR? So if your organization is thinking of implementing this strategy, one of the best competitive strategies, business process reengineering. So what is the objectives of that process reengineering? The very first one is the customer focus. The customer service oriented process is aiming to eliminate customer complaints. What are the complaints made by the feedback what you'll get from the customers? Based upon that, you are trying to reform your organizational processes, so the more importance will be given to customers. The focus will be on customized. Then second point is speed. Dramatic compression of the time it makes to complete a task for key business process. An example, if process before BPR had an average of 5 hours, after BPR it will be reduced to 2.5 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours, or it might be some reduction. So initially taking 5 hours, it can take 4 hours, so that 1 hour reduction itself adds more contribution, so the entire business cycle will be reduced. Then the third one is compression, cutting major tasks of cost and capital throughout the value chain. In the previous classes I explained value chain, primary and supporting activities, and where it will add values to the main process of the organization. In that we will try to reduce this unwanted activities. So by compressing the total time taken, it will also reduces the total cost also. And the next one is flexibility, adaptive process and structures to changing condition and competition. So adaptive processes and structures, so because the market will not be the same, the competition will not be the same, according to the situation the overall processes will be keep on changing. That adaptation of that type of aspects will call as flexibility. The next one point is objective quality, so obsession with the superior service and value to customers. If the quality is high, certainly the customer will be more satisfied. Satisfied customers will become loyal customers of the organization, so the business flourishes. Then next one is innovation, leadership through imaginative change, providing to organization competitive advantage. So if the company is coming up with new products or updates in the existing product, so which can stand apart from its competitors, then you will have a competitive advantage over your competitors. Then the last one is productivity, it will drastically or try to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the overall processes of the organization. So these are some of the objectives of business process reengineering. Then what are the approaches to BPR, business process redesign? There are mainly two approaches. One is systematic, another is clean sheet. What is systematic approach? So in adopting a systematic redesign approach, an organization maps out and attempts to understand an existing process and then work through it systematically to create new process to deliver the desired outcomes. Step by step process. First it will try to analyze the existing and they'll come up with the new. So step by step they'll try to change the overall process. That type of approach will call a systematic approach. Next one is clean sheet. With the clean sheet approach, assumptions implicit in the existing process is discarded and a fundamental rethink of the way the process is undertaken ensures. So what is the main difference between these two? Here it is step by step. Here whatever the assumption made in the previous, they'll try to eliminate that and then they'll come up with new way of doing the activities. So these are the two approaches. So it's up to the organization to select any particular approach. The next one, very important topic, the steps to perform business process reengineering. The important steps. In what steps? So it has to be done in this particular steps. The very first one is develop business vision and process objectives. So you have to develop the business vision and process objectives. So this stage refers to development of vision and objectives. The end users have to evaluate their current practices, priorities, objectives, set up target. So the business processes, market structure, their strength, weakness. They have to analyze each and every aspect. They have to set a vision, for what purpose they are doing this re-engineering process, and they have to set the objectives. Then second one is understand existing process is very important, because the whole concept is like business process re-engineering, redesigning. So redesigning will happen only when the initial design has been understood correctly. So they understand the existing process, what are the process, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages or limitations of the existing process, what are the barriers, what are the reasons for those barriers, how we can overcome. Everything will be understood in this step. Then identify process for redesign. Sometimes what happens, each and every process need not to be revised. Some process are already running in optimal manner, so you don't need to change it. So if there are some 10 processes, all 10 processes might not be needed to re-engineer, redesign. So we need to identify what are the processes we need to redesign. Then identify the change levers, very important. The change lever analysis relies on both knowledge and creative thinking about how the potential of information technology and innovative organizational and human resource approaches might be applied to re-engineered state of process. So change levers means it will these are the entities which will support the overall change process. In that we can identify these four components or areas. One is functionality, the technical specification, then usability. The system has to offer in a such extent that expected users will be able to use it, their capacities, skills, etc. Then next one is user acceptability. The system must offer its services in a way which users will be perceive which as an improvement for their work. Then organizational acceptability. In the previous one is individual, here the complete organizational acceptability. These are the some of the change levers what you need to identify. And the last step will be implement the new process. The process what you have been identified previously, what are to be changed, and what are the modifications you have made, the redesign what you have made, that effectively, coordinatively, in a feasible manner you'll try to implement that one. So that is implement the new process and you'll try to monitor it. So these are the steps to perform BPR.